The wheel of time turns and podcasts come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the podcast that gave it birth comes again. In one podcast, called The Heel of Time by some, a podcast yet to come, a podcast long past, a wind rose above the tri-state area. The wind was not the beginning. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the Wheel of Time, but it was a beginning. So welcome to what is neither the beginning nor ending of The Heel of Time, an extremely exclusive Kickers of Elves podcast about the Wheel of Time, both the book and the show. I am your temporary host, Glen Hall, and I am joined this week by Sean Parada.
Yo, what up?
Now, we're gonna try and keep this at a generally rollicking pace. So, just to summarize, if you have listened to our main podcast, Star Trek Resignation.
Oh shit!
You okay?
Yeah, fucking Wade's here.
Oh shit!
Oh god damn it, Wade. Okay, should we get started over?
Yeah, no. Don't mind me.
All right, well, Wade, we need to do another slate. I'll cut out the part where we're talking about it. But
no, we're good. No, just keep going. It's fine. No.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
You don't touch shit.
Yeah. It's all good, baby.
There's no starting over. This isn't the new beginning. This is the wheel does.
I already did that part, Wade. I already did that part.
I didn't know what part.
This already sucks.
Okay. I was hoping y'all were further along.
No, we're pretty early. Yeah, we've been sitting here.
Okay. Well, then let me hold up 1 second. Okay, maybe I could do this.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a beer.
Yep.
I couldn't. I had a boy, so I couldn't see it. Good on you. Well, Wade, just to get you up to speed, I did a little intro based on the intro to all the books.
Yeah, no, don't mind me. Keep just as you were. Keep going.
Okay. Well, thank you, Wade. I appreciate that. As I said, the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. So, a little bit of background. If you have not listened to our other podcast, Star Trek Resignation, as featured on the Kickers of Elves Network, you would know that I am a colossal fan of Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson's The Wheel of Time series. You would also know that Sean is emphatically not interested and has never seen or has never read the books, and he has only recently watched the the first 4 episodes of the recently debuted Amazon Prime TV show. And Wade, I believe you sort of split the difference between us.
You watched all 4?
Yeah, I fucking did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old. When I was, when did the first book come out? I don't know. I started reading
1990, I think.
I started reading in 1998 when there was only 4 out of 11 of them or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, I to say and I read this shit for years, from my late adolescence to my mid 20s, when I said, there's another one. Oh, okay, whatever. And then didn't he die? How'd that happen? Well,
yes, he did in fact pass away. This series does have kind of a notable comparison point to Game of Thrones / A Song of Ice and Fire in several regards, because it is a series that was left incomplete by its original author. However,
who said it was who's Ice Song of Ice? That's not left incomplete by. He's going to finish.
It is currently.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah. I mean, they were compatriots. They're buddies, I guess. And the fat neckbeard writes a book.
Yeah.
Circuit.
Hey.
Hey, some of my best friends are fat neckbeards.
Exactly.
Hey.
I didn't mean talking about you.
I know. I have a great beard.
You do have a fantastic beard. It's very well manicured.
Thanks.
But and I mean that sincerely.
I know you do. You're fucking better.
Yeah. You don't have to write your horniness into your books to get laid after you get famous.
So anyway,
Robert Jordan, pen name.
Robert Jordan passed away after finishing.
Not even his real name, the coward.
That's it's hold on. I knew this like a week ago, but it's left my brain. But Robert Jordan was in fact a pen name.
He's like a fine enough guy. I shouldn't speak ill.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I've actually, I don't, obviously I did not know Robert Jordan personally, but everything I've read about him, he seemed a well-intentioned, generally good dude.
This show's weirdly gendered.
The show is?
Yeah.
They fixed it in the show.
Well, so
that's insane. How could this be better? This show's obsessed with fucking gender bullshit.
Well,
not in like a fun way.
Right. Well, so we'll just jump right into it. So the interesting.
Man, I was hoping y'all would get this shit out of the way before I jumped in.
Yeah. No.
Well, the wheel weaves as the wheel wills, and here we are.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey. Be nice.
Shove the wheel up your ass.
Oh my god. This is turning.
We're doing it, guys.
I was about to say this is turning out better than I could have ever possibly hoped. Which I don't know what I was hoping for, but so Sean, you are hitting on a important thing about a mostly justified criticism of the books is how the gender politics kind of play out. And so the show, I think, had some particularly heavy lifting to do in terms of preserving the core of the story while also fixing the kind of antiquated gender dynamics. I can't imagine anyone listening to this is not familiar with either the show or the books, but in case you're not, the main conceit is that the universe is...
Men be like this, but you know how women be like.
It's that, but with high fantasy concepts.
Yeah, but with magic. Yeah.
And so,
women.
You know how your
magic.
woman always be tugging on her braids.
Well, so
this show fucking loves a long braid, dude.
And the books, man, it's worse at crossing her arms and just men tug on my braid. That's what's the women characters in the books. This.
Well, so here's the thing.
Fun books, though. I had a great time reading them when I was a kid.
I'm currently rereading the book, so I'm on book 5.
Sounds like a hellscape.
I actually really have been loving the reread so far. Now, especially, I'm reaching a point in the series. Like, I haven't gotten to the point that I would argue is kind of the weak chaff of the books, because they're really. I've said this before. I think even on the main pod, where like there's like 3 full books you could have cut out of like the middle of this series, and it would have been better off for it.
You think you could, but every 1,200 pages of each of those books are perfect. Don't cut an inch.
Well, and the thing is, this is why I'm kind of excited about like the show long term, is because it actually kind of presents an opportunity to do that. Kind of cut out the let's be honest, it's filler. Like, Sean, really what it is, it's Dragon Ball Z. You know how like there are those episodes of Dragon Ball Z that are just so clearly like we have to fill the whatever episode order.
I mean the like anime canonical term for it is filler. They're called filler episodes. Yeah.
There you go. So yes, there are.
He didn't have to do that though. Like a. I think it was fat neckbeard sci-fi author. He just got carried away with his world, and he just how do I do it? I wrote myself into this, and I'm gonna go off, make Perrin a cool character, and then forget about him for 3 books because I don't know what to do with him.
I could talk.
So Rand is the dragon.
Yes. So the show is trying to be coy about it, but yes, Rand al'Thor is in fact. The Dragon Reaper.
Ra's al Ghul is the dragon?
No, Ra's al Ghul is the demon. Rand al'Thor is the dragon.
Yeah, well, it's in the 4th episode, he breaks down a door that she said no one could break. I guess they're all magical, though, right? That's sort of like what they're doing. Everybody's got a magic power. The guy who killed his girlfriend, his power is to talk to wolves. That seems interesting.
You don't care. I just want to clarify, Sean. You do not care about book spoilers, correct?
No, dear God. No,
I don't care.
I appreciate it.
I don't care about
show
spoilers.
Yeah, Glenn, the second you tell me we're definitely not doing any more of these, I will not watch another second of this dumb show.
Okay, good. So each of the 3 Ta'Viran, so those are in the books, it's so this is something they changed from the books. So in the books, the only candidates for the Dragon Reborn, which you don't know that for the majority of the first book, are the 3 main guys.
Are the
Perrin,
dudes.
Matt, and
Dudes rock.
And the show has done something positive, I would argue, in expanding the concept of reincarnation to be like, oh, you can in fact be reborn as a different gender.
Like
now,
the Avatar.
They are locked in. What's that?
Like the Avatar.
Yeah. Honestly, yes. Avatar. Honestly, I don't know this for a fact, but like.
That's why you like Avatar so much.
Yeah.
You started
Avatar, in all seriousness, Avatar really does share a lot of like the positive qualities of the Wheel of Time. Obviously, they are vastly, vastly different when you actually put them side by side. But like there are like the whole idea of like
I'm an airbender, and my specialty is the healing when for all the different colors in the
Brandon Sanderson's
tower or whatever.
Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series isn't even like closer kind of like analog, which is this in this case would be after the fact. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that series. But
I don't either.
Oh, good. Well, glad we're in agreement. But anyway, so I do appreciate that the show is at least trying to expand. Like Sean, if you think the show is kind of locked into the gender binary, oh boy, the books are.
Oh boy, yeah. It's interesting. With the young people, I'm an old man now, and so like it used to be like, oh, in the 90s, this first book came out in 1990. It's like the shit flew in the 90s in a way that it just doesn't anymore. So,
right.
Well, what I'm saying is that it aged badly.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
and most things have, and I'm not. Me.
So it's interesting because I haven't read these in a while. I just know that women be like this, and that's what I remember from the books of the gender dynamics. The whole reading them, the whole wait, you mean men do magic this way and women do it that way didn't bug me in a way that like I totally recognize it. It bugs people nowadays, and probably right.
Well, women are from Venus, so
right.
And we just took that for granted when I was a dumb, homophobic piece of shit.
Well, that's right, and that's Wade was out dropping F-bombs, and not the fuck one all over the place. I guess even like when I say that it's so gendered, I don't even mean like it's problematically. Like it's sexist or anything. Well, it's kind of, but like I really just it's just, and I'm right. I'm getting that the book is sort of maybe a little bit misogynistically presented in a gendered way. The show is just like fucking obsessed with like whether magic is being done by a dude or a chick, and it's such a weird thing for a show to obsess over.
Right. Well, to be fair, two things. One. Again, rereading the books, I do think that he's trying to
be like women rock and
yes,
they have all this power.
His heart is in the right place. It's the execution of it, and like, and to be fair, the books are not like explicitly homophobic, at least not in the stuff I've reread and not in anything I can remember from my first read.
Well, that's good.
It's more like
it's not explicitly homophobic because those people don't exist in the
exactly
books, really.
and that's a separate concern and again,
and that's a problem with horny straight white dudes writing fantasy. They're not thinking about the gay guys out there because they're whatever, they're wrapped up in their pig minds.
Well, and so I think the show has already, even in these first 4 episodes, like done a decent job of like at least establishing that like again like the cycle of reincarnation is not like confined to like a rigid gender binary, and also again like you had the throuple in the 4th episode, I believe. So they're like kind of taking concepts that are from the book. So Green Aes Sedai do marry their warders typically, and they do typically have multiple warders. He didn't quite make the final leap of like they get it on with all.
Dude loves Dude was into polyamory.
Yes, but only the harem style polyamory.
He fucking loved it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the dude. I mean, those books are the one thing the show does is horny. It keys into the CW teen horniness of it all in a way that the books didn't.
Well,
I didn't realize.
That's one of the big things I'm struggling with the show is that it really seems to want to have a fucking like Dawson's Creek moments with these fucking like good looking teenagers, and then like a fucking pig monster comes in and like rips someone's stomach out of their body, and then a guy stabs his girlfriend with an axe, and I'm like, well, you can't be Game of Thrones and Dawson's Creek. Like, I don't think it's really it
well,
just
sure you can. Why not,
Sean? But so this is what I want to inform you. So you're referring to Perrin accidentally killing his wife when the Trollocs attack. And what if I told you? I did already tell you that.
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
That's not in the books.
There's more.
In fact, so one, that did not happen in the books. Two, that character is not married at this point in the books. And three, the wife character doesn't even exist in the books. So they invented a character to fridge, which I found infuriating.
That is like, they wanted to, because they're basically teens in the books, but they aged them up in the show so that they could do a teen CW show.
Right.
Like, why the fuck did you do that? So it's okay that they fuck when they're fucking in the show before they did in the books when they're teens, but in the books they later gets just so fucking horny with everybody fucking everybody else.
Yo, no one's doing any fucking in this show.
Rand fucks Ugwin.
Egwene.
Yes. I'm going to call her Ugwin.
Yeah, and then Ugwin's like, oh, I'm going to go be a magician. I got to go.
Aes Sedai.
I'm never going to say that.
Wisdom.
And then
there's
and then
yes, that's right.
He's just grumpy for so long, and then when they get out of the fucking moldy town, he's just like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. I'm happy now. Dumb fucking. And why don't they just walk around the moldy town? Why does everybody just like pick a direction and go straight?
Because Shadar Logoth, like, not even like
Moldy Town. Glenn. It's called Moldy Town.
Is that episode 2? I missed Moldy Town.
This is something this is another complaint I have, that I think the show understandably is going at just like a breakneck pace compared to the books, which, you know, there's a good argument.
What I told.
This is a breakneck pace?
That's what I told Joni. Like, well, if they went through the books, it would take them 40 years to get through all the fucking things.
That's insane. Nothing's happened.
So
the fourth episode is the first episode where anything happens.
There's something that happens. There's a Trolloc attack. You have
a really badly filmed Trolloc attack. They love that shaky cam, baby.
I didn't have any complaints about that.
I did.
Honestly, I have more complaints about what the Trollocs look like.
I don't know what they're supposed to look like. But
so they're in the books, they're described like in the show. You know, they're kind of like generic, kind of like Wolfman.
They're werewolves.
They're huge.
Exactly.
And the books are. I didn't think of them as like troll sized.
They're like, well, they're definitely big, but like the main thing is that they're like no two Trollocs are alike, and they're these like hideous amalgamations of men and animals. So like one could have like the head of a wolf and like goat hooves, and another would have like the face of a man but like a bird's beak, and like it's like it's like, you know, it's like a randomizer on like a Dark Souls like character creator.
Yeah, that sounds expensive to
and that's
it. So
exactly, and it's so I get that. Like, I'm not mad that like they kind of had to acknowledge that limitation, but like it would have been cool to like I'd love to see like an alternate universe where like someone like puts like Lord of the Rings level effort into like designing, you know, all these Trollocs, and but again, I totally get that especially for a TV show, like that's a
they decided we're gonna do a CW 100. This is the budget level. It's a CW teen sci-fi show. It feels like,
honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. I wish they would just take all the money they're burning on the Lord of the Rings show and just put it towards Wheel of Time. Just like funnel it into the budget.
It does feel like combining those two efforts, perhaps in a Lord of the Rings direction, would be the move, as opposed to splitting it between two high fantasy series, one of which is sure like a popular book amongst dorks named Glen, but but like the not really, Lord of the Rings is established now in cinema, we
well,
know
that's why
they're
throwing all, it's not a contest really. They're not splitting any money.
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings is getting all the money, and this is like, okay, well, sure, we can get Tor.com to write. If you follow all the sci-fi genre shit on the internet, it's like Tor.com, which is the site, is the publishing arm of Tor, is much better than Tor.com. Sorry, talking shit about the website. But like every week they have as a queer, they have like apologia for Wheel of Time, like since the show's coming out, because like every week, and they have a blog that follows it now, because it's the big thing that they want the nerds, so they can't talk shit about it. So they get there was an article I remember reading about, like, as a trans person, this is why the Wheel of Times is trans or something, and I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever read, because the books are like such
they just
gender.
don't. It's like you said, they don't acknowledge that, and they're
because one person, it's just taking one guy, one
Forsaken,
trans person that loves the books and saying, I think it's applicable to my experience. And it's like, well, it's nice that you think it is,
right? At the end of the day, great for you, but that's not
but
true.
The text does not support it just because you like the books. Like,
I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far to say that the text doesn't support it. I would argue that, like, you can find it in Robert Jordan did not intend it for that. That I would agree with, and that is, again, a problematic thing that, like, it, unfortunately, just like I think his heart was in the right place, but it's just like you said, he was he was a cis white white guy in the early 90s, and like, it's just his worldview just didn't include those things. But I do buy the argument that, like, well, in a lot of ways this is similar. Well, actually, sorry, I don't want to make a one-to-one comparison here, but it is similar to how, like, a lot of LGBTQ people, like, really appreciate, like, the Harry Potter books, and of course, like, the creator of those books could not be less interested in their support, and like tries to explicitly exclude large portions of them from, like, her own personal narrative, and I don't think that's the case with Robert Jordan. It was more ignorance than anything else. But
he died before Twitter was invented, so we'll never know.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah.
I mean,
if only everyone I like died before Twitter was invented, then no one would be problematic.
There you go.
Right. I just have a problem with people, like, getting on the bandwagon to say it is one thing because it costs it, because it's going to drive up there.
I mean, look, and I'm not going to, like, blindly defend the books. Like, there is stuff there that, like, absolutely has not aged.
It's fine to like the books, but don't say that they're not like trans
text. Well, let me put it this way. There is one character that I can think of in the entire 14 books that could even remotely be, in the category of a trans or non-gender binary person, and it is a villain. So Sean, there are the Forsaken, which, spoiler, you've actually seen one of them already, but
there are 4 episodes of the TV show.
I know, but
it's all coming back to me. I haven't read this shit.
Think of like the Ring Wraiths, like, were people that lived in the world.
I was thinking of the Ring Wraiths. I was thinking of a lot of Lord of the Rings, which, I mean, this TV show, whether it's from the text or not, steals all the visual language of Lord of the Rings. Maybe it's impossible not to, but holy shit!
Well, I mean, the books, like every medieval,
it's hard not to.
It's stealing the tropes of Tolkien, and I will give the books credit, doing new things and having a good fun with them. Tolkien it's still Tolkien derivative fantasy.
Yeah. That's in his defense, it's mainly confined to the first book, those similarities.
No, the whole books are Tolkien derivative fantasy, which is fine because that's just like the whole fantasy like genre.
Sure. I mean, what fantasy can you read that is not in some part inspired by Tolkien? But as far as like the story, it's out there. Actually, there's plenty of it, but it's but in the popular
fair
point. But like, of the popular ones, unfortunately, like so much of it is derived from Tolkien. But
I'm just saying they're actively making a Lord of the Rings show, and if you told me this was that, I would have believed you.
Fair enough. And I am very curious kind of what the non-book readers, like people that have no context, just like you, Sean, like what did they make of all this? And
I'll tell you what they made of it, Glenn. Fucking nothing. This is the most confusing show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is all meaningless. They keep introducing characters and places and names and things, and none of it with explanation.
Sean, can I take that opportunity to segue into a little game I prepared for you?
Yeah, great. Love it.
So I texted you a list of terms. If you could switch over to that right now. So I've texted Sean 6 names / terms / concepts from the books, and some have appeared in the show. So the Wheel of Time has notoriously elaborate names and spellings, and there's a lot of debate in nerd circles about how to pronounce a lot of these things. And so
let's debate how to pronounce.
No, I don't want to debate it, but I do think it would be very funny to ask Sean to try and pronounce like these these aren't really deep cuts, but like some of the more insane names and concepts from the books.
Yeah.
All right, I want to add to the game. You try to pronounce them, and then I try to remember who the fuck these.
Yeah,
I love that.
Are.
Perfect.
All right,
so
Wade.
Sean, Sean, you pronounce it, and Wade has to guess what you're talking about.
Wade, who is Siwan Sanchi?
Oh, pretty close.
Is that the lead wizard lady that comes in?
That is, in fact, the Amerlin Seat, the leader of the Aes Sedai Order. Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pronounced...
Wait, is that Rosamund Pike?
No. So that's Rosamund. Rosamund Pike has a...
It's her boss.
Who is like the... Yeah,
she's like talked about the boss. Okay, very good.
Yes. And she mentions her name when she's like delirious. She goes Siwan, and it's pronounced Siwan Sanche in the audiobooks at least.
Hey, I was not far off.
No, that's what I was saying. You were pretty close.
I forgot...
So the next one hopefully will be very easy for both Sean and Wade, but go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, Wade, who's Tom Marilyn?
Yay!
Right, it's he's the lead singer for Rage Against the Machine, right?
yeah, Tom Marilyn.
Tom, it's like Tom Bombadil and Merlin combined. Yeah.
I was thinking Tom York because it's spelled T-H-O-M.
That's Rand's stepdaddy, right?
Yeah.
No, that's the Gleeman.
Oh, shit. Huh?
That's the Gleeman,
he's
the guy with the
tinker.
No, he's not a tinker. He's a traveling storyteller and musician and magician who has a
bard. I gotta tell you, the decision to take Bard and turn it into
Gleeman
homosexual man is really just something. I think you guys will be uncomfortable if I say the word I want to say, but
Jesus
that's
Christ.
But really, Gleeman? Fuck off!
Let's call him a bard. Yeah,
that's homophobic.
Well, he is also a bard, so a bard is a distinct thing. So a Gleeman, I mean, you've seen this character, John. He's like the cowboy.
I know. I'm talking about him.
Okay, well, but he is characterized very differently in the book. He's kind of more of he's described kind of like, I always kind of envision not the voice, but like just visually he looks like Sam Elliott. Like he has like a wispy mustache And
yeah.
He's like a very like worldly cosmopolitan guy who's like, well, this shithole, like, you know, it's different in the show to have him kind of slumming it in this inn and not complaining about it. And he's like secretly like this super effective like court manipulator, and like he's basically a character out of Game of Thrones planted into the Wheel of Time. In terms of like, you know, the machinations and everything. But
in the show so far, it just seems like he's good at playing one note on the guitar, okay at singing, and great at stabbing.
Yeah, so they've kind of made him into like a kind of a hipster cowboy, which is not a direction I would have expected.
They're just like, hey, that one bard character from the Witcher series on Netflix did let's do him.
Which the thing that frustrates me is, and I hope that they, you know, when spoiler alert, that character's not dead. But
I know he's not dead. I've seen television before.
I hope that when he comes back, they kind of emphasize a lot of like the other things that he does in the books. Like again, like he's like an expert at sleight of. He's your classic like bard rogue mashup in D&D. Like he has all of like he has a super high dexterity modifier and super high charisma, and again like one of my favorite characters from the book. So I'm kind of like, I like the actor, I like what he's doing, but like I'm kind of withholding judgment on like how they portrayed the character until like he comes back. But Sean, if you could do me a favor and go on to the next thing.
All right, Wade. Who's fuck you? Who's Atha Mieri?
You know what? You're closer than I thought you would have gotten.
I've read. I know fantasy.
That's the man from nowhere. I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a person. It's a
place.
It's a people.
Are they the gypsies? You're not allowed to say that either.
Are they the desert people?
No, that's the Aiel. So this is the Atha on Mir. This is the sea folk. So they're basically very close to pirate merchants.
But not the ones that put the BDSM collars on people. Those haven't showed up.
That's the Shan Chan.
Yeah, Shan Chan. Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
The Shan Chan.
The Shan Chan. I assume that's like another season or two down.
Yeah, that'll be. We'll probably if we don't see it.
That's like in book
season
3 or 4 or 8. So
that's what 4chan would be called if I invented it.
Right, there you go.
Yeah. Sean Chan.
Or if you married into Jackie Chan's family and took his name.
There you go. I like it. Yeah. That's like maybe the only good joke in Hot Tub Time Machine is that like Cordry stays in the past and he's the founder of Motley Crue, and his character
like
his character's name is Lou, so they're called Motley Lou.
Doesn't he call Google Lugal?
Lugal, yeah, I don't like that one as much, but
Motley Lou.
Motley Lou is funny. That's good. That movie's not good, but that's a funny joke.
Yeah, that is. I agree. So let's move on to the next one because I don't want to keep you guys too long.
Far Dureus Mai. Wade.
That's a place, right?
Nope. It
is a place, and it's if you're asking where, if you're at close for Dureus Mai, you say where do I? And they go, it's pretty far Dureus Mai.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Stupid. I'm sorry.
For the record, it is the Far Dureus Mai, and those are the Aiel Maidens of the Spear. So this is a. Sean, you remember the guy that was hanging in the cage?
Yep.
Like the dead guy that was in the cage when they were in that town?
Yeah.
So he's from a society of like desert ninja, and they have like a sect of like insanely lethal like spear ladies called Far Dureus Mai.
Super hot.
I mean, that sounds
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can imagine that spear is a strapped on dildo.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Sean, they do fuck. They do fuck.
Glenn, someone's got to fuck in this show soon, okay? I wish Rand had just fucked that bartender lady who works for definitely not Sauron, all right?
He fucked Ugwin in the first step. That's all I saw.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't really, that wasn't much of anything, all right?
And you got Rosamund Pike and her warder. You got your Witcher hot tub scene.
I thought
some man ass.
Yeah, I mean those buns were good.
There were some buns of steel, man.
Boil me up a fucking hot dog to put in between those buns.
Could you make it hotter? It could be hotter. Yeah, it could be hotter. Y'all could start boning.
Yeah. Right. She was like, it could be hotter. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then she uses magic to literally turn up the temperature. I'm like, no, bitch. No. That's when you fuck.
That's when that funky 70s bass kicks in.
Yeah.
It could be hotter.
I would have been fucking furious if Moiraine and Lan fucked. Like that would have just been.
It hinted that they fuck all the time, but
they're skirting around it.
Glenn, you gotta separate the show from the books. The show says they fuck all the time. I know they don't in the book.
The axe guy in episode 4 and the black witch lady who dies, they definitely fucked.
Wait. Nynaeve and Perrin?
Not on. I don't know. I don't know anybody's names.
Wait, you're talking. Wait, sorry, I'm confused. You're talking about the black lady from the village who got like dragged away by the Trolloc?
No, that's not what I said at all. I said the axe guy from episode 4, the guy with 2 axes, Glen, and the black witch lady he protects. Stay with me, Glenn.
Sorry. No, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, they were they had a real bony repartee.
Well, and then again, there's the throuple where like they all fucked.
Yeah, but
those are the green ones.
Green Aja. They marry their warders, and in the show they fuck them all. They also they do have multiple warders, whereas none of the other Ajas have multiple.
Hey, what's I guess I'll ask Wade to make it part of the game, but mostly so I don't have to listen to Glenn more until he comes in to mansplain the Wheel of Time to Wade. I
asked for it.
Who are the? I don't think they were in episode 2, so maybe you won't know, but maybe you will. I think they were called, and I bet I'm wrong, the White Glove Society.
The Tuathan?
No,
that's next on the list. I'm asking you a question.
I thought you were moving the show down the road.
I'm not engaging with the list. We'll go back to it. Don't worry. But I'm asking about the White Glove Society with a man whose title I believe was Asker of the Questions.
You're so close.
whose title was Inquisitive Chap Who'd Like to Know More.
That is Eamon Valda. He is the
dorky ass show. He's the lead questioner. This show sucks.
Of the Children of the Light, also known as the White Cloaks.
The White Cloaks.
They're the ones that hate all the Aes Sedai, right?
Yes, they're like if the Proud Boys like had more discipline. And they're like. Actually, they're portrayed like closest of anything in the books that I've seen so far. Like they like are pretty close to like how they're described.
Right. Yeah, the book hates those guys, and that the hate for those guys ages pretty well. So
absolutely.
There's no need to change
it. Hold on. The show definitely hates the I can't believe I'm going to say this lead questioner, who's black. But the guy, like, who's clearly their leader, who has, like, a Proud Boy haircut, is nothing but nice to our intrepid heroes.
I didn't see it. They're basically the clan in the books, aren't they?
Yeah, that's really what they are. They're like the clan.
So
right.
I imagine they did good with the race blind casting in this show, but just make them Proud Boys, man.
Right. I imagine later on that guy will do unlikable things. But like, Rosamund Pike, like, Save the Cat isn't like a really a valuable like screenwriting tool, but it is like a useful shorthand for like, I have to have a reason to like these characters. And I mean, Rosamund Pike does like nothing good towards these four people early on at all. She just like drags them from their home and then again like presents a compelling reason for it, but just like drowns an old man trying to get on a raft. Like it's fucking nuts how hard it goes so early. It's really hard to find Rosamund Pike like at all likable.
I get what they're going for, and like they're going harder. Like she's kind of like starts off as like a morally gray character, at least from the perspective of the main guys. Because
no,
like,
she definitely does.
Yeah, because the whole thing is like people generally don't trust Aes Sedai,
right? Sure.
And it's because the world 3,000 years ago was destroyed by Aes Sedai when they were both men and women. And so there is this kind of inherent societal mistrust, but also fear of them.
Right. But the Dragonborn said that men can't be Aes Sedai anymore, and that if they did, they'd go Looney Tunes.
The
taint on
Satan's taint is on them, like stuck on their face or whatever. So
yeah.
So if men go crazy, so I would say, like he's trying to do the nice thing, like instead of like saying bitches be crazy or whatever. He's like, no, the dudes are the ones that are fucking everything up.
Right.
So I mean, but it's nice of him, but it's still pretty. So he's trying so hard, but he's still stuck in his ginger thinking, like
Yeah. And so Rand's buddy who likes to steal and fuck, did he? Is he like actually? Like using the power, or was just like that knife was like giving him power?
It's a red herring. The dagger that he stole from Shadar Logoth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right.
You mean Glenn? Sorry. He steals it from Mold Town.
Yes, from Mold Town. I see someone else played Resident Evil recently. Which actually I was a little disappointed with Shadar Logoth because there's a lot more that happens in the book when they're there. Like there's like a creepy ghost man that they meet.
Hey Glenn, it's fucking crazy that they're like, look, like we're in the most evil place that's ever existed. Rosamund Pike wakes up and tells Man Bun that he killed them all, and then they literally just walk out. Glenn? Hey, Glenn? That's the fucking bonkersest shit I've ever seen in a TV show. This is the place where literal evil was born. What do we do? It's coming for us. We walk out of the fucking town.
So
is Mold Town like the thing where they go through the shadow? They go through the upside down to get there faster? Is that if I'm
No, they haven't done. They're going to do that later.
No, wait, that's the Mines of Moria.
Okay, all right, sorry.
You're thinking of the Mines of Moria.
Shadar Logoth is definitely something that like very clearly inspired by like the Moria section of Fellowship.
Sure, which again is fine. Yeah, but the Moria section of Fellowship is good. They don't run into trouble and then literally all walk out completely fine.
Well, because what happens in the book is like they know fully that like they're going into like a bad fucking place,
right?
And like Moraine sets wards, and so they have like a little safe zone, kind of like in Final Fantasy 15, where like you have like the havens where like the monsters can't get to you, and you can set up your camping equipment. Yeah. Like she basically does that, and so it was weird that they like took her out of the equation for the show, and. Again, they like meet like the personification of the evil that dwells in Shadar Logoth, and then I don't know if you remember the merchant that came to town in the first episode, who very clearly was like
I sure do
cahoots. Yeah, which that guy's fucking great. Like he's only been on screen for like 2 minutes, and like man, fucking nailed that cast.
Yeah, I liked him.
So
the black guy that Matt tries to sell to.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that's Padan Fane.
Sure is.
And
is he a tinker?
No, he's not a tinker. So he's a merchant.
Is he a Far Duray Smai?
No, he's not a Far Duray Smai. Because he's a man and he's also not Aiel.
Is he Tom Marilyn?
No, he's not Tom Maryland.
It's Morello, Sean. It's Tom.
Oh, Tom Morello. Sorry, I thought he was the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. So basically, Cliff Notes is that character follows them into Shadar Logoth and merges with like the entity that lives there and becomes like a kind of side villain for the rest of the series that is totally separate from the Shadow. So like he just like to use Lord of the Rings as a map. Imagine if there was like a third thing besides the good guys and Sauron that was like trying to fuck with everything just as like an agent of chaos the entire time.
Destro from no, not Destro. Okay, there.
Close enough.
Destro. Okay. Yeah. No. Wait, sorry. It's pronounced Siwan Sanchi.
All right, okay. Say the next thing on the list, Sean.
Tuathaan.
Hey, there you go. You got it exactly right.
You're goddamn right. I did.
I'll say this way: you've mentioned this concept many times by a different name.
What?
It's the Tinkers.
Wait, it's Mold
the
Town.
Tinkerers. Mold Town. No, Tinkerers. Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's the Tinkers. It's the rainbow-colored gypsies.
Okay. Yeah. Tinkers. I don't feel like I want to go into depth on gypsies.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, Sean,
Romani. The Romani people of these people. Like,
do you want to hear a plot twist about them?
Sure. Yeah.
They're really cool.
The Aiel, who are the insanely lethal desert ninjas. Shut the fuck up.
Wade's joke was funny.
It was funny.
The desert ninjas, the ones who steal the earthbenders who steal Appa when Aang and his team are in the library.
You know them. They're all in all the Zelda games.
Oh yeah, the Gerudo.
yeah.
They actually that's not a bad comparison. It's like if the Gerudo had male and female.
Right.
And so the Gerudo people, which the Aiel are currently, again, like the greatest warriors on the planet, like
if I know I interrupt a lot, but I do just want to say I eat eel too. Just to be clear.
Yeah, I eat
eel.
What?
Yeah. I eat eel.
Oh, fuck off.
I eat eel.
No, the Aiel, they're basically the Fremen from Dune.
Yeah, that's a good comparison
with the horse people from Game of Thrones, except they don't ride horses.
Right? There's like a little bit of Dothraki to them for sure. But anyway, so they used to be the Tuathaan. Like the Tuathaan were actually the original Aiel, so they followed the way of the leaf, and because of
now we're talking about Naruto.
Sure. Never seen it. I'll see it someday. But they, because of the chaos after the breaking of the world, like some of their number like resorted to violence, and those members were cast out and eventually became what we know today as the Aiel.
The Fremen.
Sure.
No, never mind. I don't need to bring Dune shit into this.
Move on to the next one. This is the one for all the marbles, Sean.
Let's see. Wade, what can you tell me about the Tel Aran-Aroid? Sorry. Tel Aran-Riod.
I feel like anything I say about it is going to come off as like kind of, I don't know, racist or
is Glen pimping you?
No.
Or, I mean, just take a guess. Take a guess. I'll give you. No.
Yeah.
It's a place. I'll give you a hint. It's a place.
Oh, is that the place where they go through the upside down to get somewhere faster?
No, Wade. The mines of Moria.
But they have an Ogier that's the name of that race, right?
Yes,
that
Ogier,
has showed up. Ogier, yeah.
Which he is in the show. I read that they've cast that character.
Oh, really?
I'm curious. I'm curious how he's going to look, because they're like kind of like giant elves, basically.
He's got elves, but they're like furries too.
Yeah, they're mistaken.
He's going to look like shit. That's what it's going to look like.
we'll see.
They're like they take the space, they take the niche of what elves would be, but he does it. They change it up.
Yeah, they're closer to like trolls, I guess. Like they're like,
they're tall, furry elves. With
they don't fit neatly into like.
I mean, he did a good job. Right, he changed it up more than just doing straight up Tolkien ripoffs, but he took the niche and stuff, and the Ogier are fine. I got no beef with it, but that's not what this shit is. What am I talking about?
This is Teleron Riyadh, which is the world of dreams.
Oh right, is that where the fox people come? No, I don't remember. That's way later.
No, the fox people are through a Terangrial, so they kind of exist on like a.
That's what you just said.
No. I said Teleron Riyadh. A Terangrial is like a.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's the same thing. Those are the same picture.
There's a good Italian place near me called Tarantellas.
Oh yeah.
Do they have Terangrial there?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have physical objects that are able to channel the power within themselves without necessarily needing someone who can channel to use them.
Yeah, it comes with a side of sausage.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, no. Teleron Riyadh is like the shared dream space where like people can travel there.
That's where Perrin talks to wolves. Yeah.
The wolves. There's some distinction made between Teleron Riyadh and the Wolf Dream, but like I read it as them being the same place, just called something different.
Right, that's how the wolves.
Yeah, like the wolves exist.
That's what. Yeah.
The wolves exist in Teleron Riyadh, but they call it the Wolf Dream.
Right.
All right, well, that sucked shit. What are the what does the last thing that happens in episode 4, the lady, she heals everybody. Is that like time based or is it just really powerful healing?
She is one of the most powerful female channelers in the books, and she also has a particular talent for healing.
Okay.
Did she do like a lot of dance fighting like Rosamund Pike does in the first
Rosamund
episode?
Pike does a lot of dance fighting. There is a lot of dance fighting in the 4th episode. All the other hoi polloi fight.
I said I.
Not gonna say that. Fight a bunch of dimwits who come to attack them. So they
Dragon Sworn.
Okay.
That's nothing.
I don't remember that. Following the false dragon dude.
Yeah, exactly. Loghain. Yeah. So yeah, Loghain seems like he's going to have a bigger role in the show generally, at least in the first season.
Sure.
Which, spoiler alert, he turns out to be a good guy.
They didn't kill him?
No. It didn't seem like they killed him in the show. I don't know if they will, but they stilled him. They gentled him. It's stilling when it's a woman, and it's gentling.
Right.
They cut him off.
They cut his balls off.
The gay man talked about his nephew got his powers taken away, and then he slit his own throat very nonchalantly. So
that was a little ham-fisted. But yes, they do accurately describe the depression that follows being gentled or stilled. Because they talk about how like the one power is basically like addictive. It's kind of Star Warsy in terms of like the dark side is addictive and all that stuff, but like it's in Wheel of Time it's treated as something that can be brought under control, but like particularly for men where the
taint
the taint on, they do say taint a lot in the books, and it's very funny.
Taint misbehaving.
Taint misbehaving. That's right.
But men, they taint.
Yeah, no,
they do. They misbehave.
Here's the actual bit. Women be channeling like, "Oh, everything's fine. I'm surrendering to Saidin," or "Shit, god damn it, I'm surrendering to Saidar." And men be like, "Oh,
you fucked it up."
I did. I know it's true. I can't even finish the joke.
I'm surrendering to Satan. No.
I'm surrendering to Saidar. And men be like, "Oh, I'm seizing Saidin, but oh shit, the tank from Shaitan from when we resealed him back into his prison is causing me to go insane and rot from the inside out." Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty gendered in how they even do magic.
Like, no, it truly wasn't. But here's my hopeful redemption. If you were going crazy and rotting from the inside out because the Dark One tainted the male half of the true source of the universe, you might be a male channeler.
I mean, I didn't hate it.
Oh my god.
I didn't hate it. His name's still Jeff Foxworthy. It just has like an apostrophe.
Foxworthy. It just
Jeff
sounds like he's coming every time he says it.
Sean, the fact that you were able to make that joke after watching the show makes me so proud.
I pick up this stuff. I don't want to, but it's in my brain now.
Well, as my gift to you, we can end it there.
Hell yeah.
Well, we find ourselves at the end of the episode, but as we know...
And the end of the Wheel of Time, it stopped turning. Whoop, weird.
Well,
no, but everybody died. The wheel stops, everybody dies.
There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the Heel of Time podcast.
This is
it was an ending.
Yeah, I know.
Which, spoiler alert, those are the last lines of the book.
Well, I would imagine so.
It's great. It's fucking awesome.
The end.
That's the last line of every book?
No, the last line of the entire series. Because every book begins with there are neither beginnings nor endings, but it was a beginning, and the last book ends with there are neither beginnings nor endings, but it was an ending.
I got it.
You know what? I will say I had a lot of fun with the books. I almost want to finish them. I had more fun with the books than I did with that first episode because it was just like a CW. It felt like, you know what?
Wait,
God bless him.
Go away, man.
God bless him. I don't want to watch all of the 100 either, and it's like, oh, this
right.
It's like, well, it's like this is a show for people that love the books like Glenn.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they're trying to catch like the CW crowd with the horny teens, and so it's hard. It's like how
they're trying to have it both ways, and it's tough. I understand it's a tough
and it's also cheaper to do that. Like they can't afford to do they can't afford to do Game of Thrones with it,
right?
Or the Lord of the Rings, so they're stuck doing.
I don't know. They're spending a lot of money on this show. Even taking the Lord of the Rings stuff into account, like they're throwing money at this show for sure.
But that's the thing. They're throwing money at it, and them putting that guy in the chicken wire energy cage looked like shit. So
yeah, I don't love the way that the power looks on the show.
No, I think the magic looks kind of dumb.
Yeah. I'm hoping it gets better as they go along.
Maybe.
And look, and you guys know I'm going to be more generous because, like you said, I love the books, and
you're allowed. I got no issue with it.
Yeah.
The show just sucks shit.
I wouldn't go that far, but
not everything can be. I like a good mid-budget sci-fi show. You know what?
I like the 100.
Oh well, I mean that show sucks, man.
I know, but it's good.
I do want this to do Game of Thrones numbers. I know it won't, but I really want it to.
Never. Game of Thrones shot itself in the dick, and it killed.
Yeah, I wonder if they kind of poisoned the sidine of.
Yeah.
Right, people who like football aren't going to watch a fantasy show again.
Yeah,
nah,
that's
not going to happen.
Way of putting it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe it'll change. But thank you both for joining me on this today. I very much appreciate both of your Wheel of Time.
Our time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, that was rough.
Our UCB trainers would call that a sweaty joke.
Yeah.
Yep. But I had a whole list of ideas for segments like Newsreel of Time. I had another one. I'll text y'all it later. But they were all great ideas. Every single one was
the best one.
Hey, at the low price of free, this podcast is a steal of time.
There you go.
Hey.
And hey, if we're talking about the Marvel villain, the Absorbing Man, we're going to be talking about the Carl Crusher Creel of time.
You are, god damn it,
Wow.
Glenn.
Wow.
I gotta get you a fucking headband, man, because you are sweaty.
I deserve that. Thank you both very much, and thank you all if you're listening to this. I hope you enjoy it. If you want to hear more of it, I don't know, tell Wade and tell him you want to hear more. And I don't know.
Please don't want to hear more of it.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm having fun for what it's worth. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
The wheel of time turns and age is coming. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
I'll put that in the post credits.
Very good.